Right then. Right, let's get down to business. What's been in that mask? Sawdust clippings. Errol Spence. I said he'd win, didn't I, by KO? Well done. I didn't have him in my accumulator. What I had was Ritson KO, McDonald points, and Kelly KO. So my bet came in, so I'm happy with that. It was just a pony. That's all, just a cheeky pony. But you know, that's what it's about, innit? Having a little bet and enjoying boxing. But I didn't watch any boxing yesterday. I've seen the Lewis Ritson knockout. Somebody sent me it on my WhatsApp, but I didn't watch any and it just felt good. Sometimes you just have to get away from boxing for a couple of days because there's that many people trying to pull that many moves. Whether it be trolls or people in boxing and all other people who want to say what they're going to say. You get people, don't you, on Twitter, when you put it on them they just go quiet, don't they? But they keep tuning in. All them people who are trolls, they keep watching the videos and things are looking really good. Rico's had a bit of good news for us with Channel in London. He works at City, so who would have thought just being honest about boxing had snowballed into what he's snowballing into. A bit weird, to be honest. But Peter Fury said to me the other day, do you know what, Russ, good things come to good people. And do you know what, Peter, and I know you're watching, I agree with you, mate. Good things do come to good people. Now, a couple of weeks ago I said I wouldn't be surprised if Wilder and Joshua fight, but I'd be very surprised if it was this year. I think they're probably going to go for Povetkin for the simple reason that Eddie Hearn has pushed the boat out that much with Joshua. The fans they're starting to get a little bit, they're not turning on him because he's just managed to grab a whole lot of new fans in Newcastle, but they're starting to get a little bit, come on Eddie, why isn't Joshua Wilder happening? And I think Eddie knows that he's going to probably rinse it just one more time and really push it with fans. So I think you're probably going to see Povetkin against Joshua next. But Povetkin's 39-year-old. Now, Povetkin, I mean, Pulev, how old is he? He nearly fought Joshua, didn't he? He signed. Who's the other guy who's old? Takam, what's he, 37? You know, Brazil's in his 30s, isn't he? Who else is there? Vladimir in his 40s. Michael Sprott in his 40s. Matt Skelton in his 40s. Who was that other guy? Well, Matt Skelton 49 when he fought Joshua. There were another one, wasn't there? Who were in the 40s. Away 39. I mean, come on. It's like a retirement home, isn't it? Anthony Joshua's CV's like a who's who of invalids. Is that harsh? Let's try and be positive. Dennis always used to say to me, Russell, try and be positive, you're so negative. I said, Jesus, ain't nobody allowed an opinion anymore? So Errol Spence beat that Campo, didn't he, round 1. I hadn't seen it, I've just heard about it.
Daddy, your wire.
So, thank you very much. What you got there?
Here.
What is it?
My Father's Day card.
Is that for me?
Yes.
Let me open it then. Wow! Oh, look at that!
I've seen it last time I gave
Well, I've come to see you, but I didn't think you'd get me a card. Thank you very much. Come on. Ah, do you love me?
Yeah.
Who's the best dad in the world?
Yeah.
Right. Come here. Come here. Don't you say up to your mum, yeah? Yeah. It's 20 there. Put it in your pocket. Listen, what you do? You fold it up.
And then.
You don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Go and hide it in your pocket. And the next time you see ice cream man, you've got ice creams or you can get toys. Alright. Right, thank you for the card. Listen, I've got to go because I'm filming. High five.
Okay, well, we need to be filmed.
Well, come here then. Right, come here. Right, come and sit here then. Right, what's your name?
Reggie.
Where are you from?
England.
England? What planet's that on?
Earth.
Planet Earth?
Yeah.
How old are you?
5.
Right, you're 5, right. And are you happy?
Yes.
What's he called?
Rugby.
Do you like football?
Yeah.
Do you like boxing?
Yeah.
Do you like rugby?
Yes.
Do you love your daddy?
Yes.
Who's the best daddy in the world?
You.
Right. You're famous now. Say hello.
Hello.
Right, are you going to clear off now while I finish?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Where are you going? Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on this way.
No, I want to play.
Alright then, you play out then, yeah? Okay. So, what can you do? You come up here to see him when you get here. Father's Day cart's nice, isn't it? I don't think he's made it though. Probably the teacher's made it. Couldn't even buy me a card, eh? But by the looks of it, that was a good show, wasn't it? At weekend, up Newcastle. I'm a big Ritson fan. But where were we before then? Oh, the Joshua situation with Wilder. Yeah, I think they're going to go Povetkin. I think they're going to go for Povetkin. For the simple reason that David Price nearly took him out. He's 39, he's slow, he's small. And they're going to get paid, aren't they, for fighting? I don't think they want to go to Russia for it though, will they? If they do, they'll have to take their own water. But I think I'm going to ease off a little bit on Eddie now, because I'm... if we take the Joshua fight and Wilder, if he makes that fight, I'll be impressed by him. But, because it is a business, isn't it, boxing? I know that's a cliche, but, oh, is that a few? Thank you very much. Now, let's have a look. Happy Father's Day, love from Ruby. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Come here.
Yep.
Did you go to the doctor's about your eye? What's he give you?
The medicine.
Why is it infected?
I don't know.
Yeah. 20 quid,
No,
yeah?
I don't know.
Tell your mum in there, come put it in your pocket. Go hide it in your bedroom.
I don't have a pocket.
Well, go hide it in your bedroom then. Oi, give me a kiss. Come here.
Yo,
Who's best dad in the world?
Mummy, I've got money, so I don't want you to know.
Oh, God.
I did it in my pocket.
Do that.
We could get an ice cream or a toy.
I said don't say oh. So it's all your pocket money, clear off.
Too late.
You're too late, you've squealed, you are now a grass. You're a grass.
No, I'm not.
What have you done then? You've just squealed.
Sorry.
Okay, high five. But your mum might want to nick you 20 quid for an ice cream. You make it a
What? Well, I don't want her to.
She won't. She won't.
Daddy.
Watch me camera. Come in here, because you're going to knock it over.
No, I didn't
Top
knock
shelf,
it over.
top shelf. In there. Here.
Daddy. Daddy.
Well, we're in there, I'm busy.
I just want to tell you. I want to tell you. Daddy.
What?
After you've done that camera.
Get me you what? Get me a thingy top and that bottle opener.
But after you've finished that later on.
Yeah. You what?
After we've done that thing with Rocky, taking him out for a walk, and I've spent my money.
Yeah, if you want. Right. Go in there, let's clear off our dish, yeah? Go on,
Yeah, but I
go.
just don't want to lose it, so I want to save it there.
Put it in there then, because I'm busy here. Go on, clear it off. Are you in or out? No. But I just think that's a good fight. Joshua Wilder, I think that's a great fight. And I think that it's hard to do this, isn't it, with kids on running for it, isn't it? I think Joshua Wilder's a good fight, and I think that Ritson, if he fights Ricky Burns next, that's a good fight. I should have gone to that Newcastle show. Mate at Jafford had some tickets for me, but
Daddy, should we play catch on the grass?
that one, isn't it? Sometimes you just get that cheesed off with stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and it can get you down. But
Did you get some money? Yep.
we plod on, don't we? Shout out to @the cult is dead. He's called Matt Bowes. He runs about 8 or 9 accounts, and I seem to be blocking his accounts every other day. He sets new ones up, and quite a strange person, to be honest, because I've offered to go meet him in Bury, And he's gone quiet on me. Hi Matt, if you're about. You know where I am. Come and see me. We'll have a coffee. But you're just one of them keyboard warriors, aren't you? Matt Bowes. You know, one of them people that have plenty to say for themselves, but they never do anything about it. So, you know where I am, Matt, when you want to come and see me. I'll be at Bolton regular in the next few weeks. Come and see me, have a cuppa. Could have a beer like old friends, like all the rest of them when I bump into them. How are you doing, Russ? Don't we banter? Now, Errol Spence, where's he going at the moment, Errol Spence? I don't know. But I'd be surprised if he fought Kell Brook again. I don't think Kell Brook wants that work anymore. Are you alright? What's that? What, come here, let me just show you this over here, come here. What's that here? What's all this here?
Dog poo.
Dog poo, right. So, you're not going to stand in it, are you?
No, we don't even play over there.
Right, alright. Get your nana to clean it up. Next time I come up I want to see that gone. I think
because I'm just too cool.
You're too cool, yeah. Are you going to let me carry on here or are we going to be jumping on the slide?
I'm gonna running up and jumping off there.
Yeah, okay. I think it might be safer if I just pull the door to it, pig fen, and just lock my son in. Or go do it in car. Might be better in car this because I can't get out done out here, can I? Are you going to be alright?
I'm going to be fine alone.
You're going to be fine alone here?
Yeah.
2 seconds. Hell, man. How come when I come up here you're in the house playing on your games, but when I come out here you all want to start jumping around like kangaroos? Hey.
Daddy, if you didn't give Reggie no money, I was going to share my money with him.
I'll give him some, he's in his pocket.
I know.
See, Reg, come here.
Okay.
You see what you should have done? Where's he gone? If you'd have used your loaf, right, do you know what a loaf is?
No.
No, it's your brain. If you'd used your brain, she'd have shared her 20 quid with you. But you went in and squealed, didn't you? Like a pig.
Yeah, but my brain isn't listening, so that's...
Your brain in what?
It's going crazy, isn't it? The brain isn't wanting me to give my money to Ruby. No, I was going to share it with him. Well, my brain isn't letting me.
Ain't letting you, innit?
No.
So your brain turned you into a grass? Now?
Well, it doesn't turn us into kangaroos.
Right, you're going to let me carry on then?
Sure, we're just going to try to be quiet.
What can you say to that, eh? Kids, eh? I'll have to come and see you more often, eh? What do you reckon? Alright. So, Ritson won in Newcastle, didn't he? I think that's a good fight. But he took him out, didn't he, in a round, but I knew he were going to take him out, but I didn't think he'd do him in a round. I thought the other guys that Ritson beat. Reg, get off there because you're a foot away from the tripod.
I need to get on there.
You know what's going to happen, don't you?
You're trained.
Do you know if you knock that tripod over?
Well, I need to get I'm good at using that with my hands and feet. Yeah.
Yeah, but Reg.
I'm good at doing that.
Come here.
What?
Right, you know what happens if you knock that over? What happens? Will that break?
Yes.
And what'll happen then if it breaks?
It'll get glass all over because some of it's glass.
What will I end up doing? Gluing it.
And it won't work.
And it won't work again, will it? And who's going to have to pay for it?
Not me.
Me? No, you're going to have to pay for it at your bank savings.
I won't have to pay spending that money. No way, stupid daddy.
I'll have to fine you.
Yeah, but I want to spend my money at Smith's.
Smith's? What, for toys?
Yeah, I know about glittery, so I haven't got her.
LOL, what's that?
Well, can I? You do know glittery. Well, can I go to the shop?
No, you can't. It's a Sunday.
No, you meant...
Can you let me finish here? Because I'm not going to get no done, am I?
I know, but you said we could spend our money after we took off the
If you could clear off and come back in a bit and we'll talk about it, yeah? But you've got to be quiet. Go on, Scoot. Now, Ritson, yeah, he beat Robbie Barrett, didn't he? Beat Cardle. He iced both them, didn't he? But I think Robbie Barrett probably gave him his hardest fight. Now, I had Robbie Barrett to lose that fight. Now, I don't think he liked it. But it's an opinion, innit? You know, you can give an opinion on Twitter. And then you've got Steffi Bull stirring it up, haven't you? Telling fighters all sorts. When they see me, they're alright. If you tell somebody to the face, look, I think you're going to get beat, the fighter's usually alright with it. So you've got people adding bits on in boxing, and I used to take things like that to heart, but I don't now. I don't. I'm happy with my little tiny contribution with people I'm working with, but there's always somebody that wants to make it sound a bit worse, isn't there? But it is what it is, isn't it? But see, that's the first time I've said that at Arsenal. But I've got some questions I'm going to go through, but I'm probably going to take this into and do it in car now, because I haven't got a prayer doing this with these here, because they're just going to terrorise me, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm doing this.
Yeah, you should need to. Have you had your medicine for your infection?
Yeah.
Have you had it today?
Daddy.
Right, alright.
Ruby's trying to be a bit quiet.
Are you trying to be quiet?
Yeah, I'm being quiet, so I get a
Why are you always reporting to me? You're like the police.
We're not the police!
You are, you're like the police.
No, we're not, because we ain't got hats, just like the police.
You ain't got what?
A hat.
A hat? Why do police wear hats?
Yes.
Do they? Is that how you can tell
Chase
them?
is the police.
Who?
Chase.
Who's he?
He's a dog police.
The dog police?
Yeah. He talks. A police. He's a police dog.
He's a police dog?
Yeah. He's on and he talks.
What program's that on?
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol?
Yeah,
Alright.
he even talks.
Right, so if I get in trouble, will he come for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's he called?
Chase.
Chase. Chase the dog who's a copper.
Yeah, the police dog. From Paw Patrol.
From Paw Patrol, right.
Paw Patrol, whenever you're in trouble.
Go on, clear off, because I'm filming it and you're going to get everybody thinking that we're nutters up here at Doncaster. Scoot.
I'm doing this.
Well, we'll do it on that path bit over there then, near the other shed. Go on, because otherwise you're going to end up knocking that tripod over, and then you're going to cop that on your backside. I keep getting interrupted here, but I'll keep rolling. Let's just go on with it. Jamie McDonnell. I hadn't seen the fight, I can't comment, but I knew what it was going to be, and that's a boar feast. No disrespect to Jamie McDonnell, I wanted him to beat Stuart Hall because I don't like Stuart Hall. I don't like him one bit. I wish him all the best, but he's not my kind of person. I know some tricks that he did when he was with Dennis. You know, he agreed to have a fight for one fight with Dennis at X amount of money, then you know, within a few days he would demanding more money. He had him over a barrel. A world title defence it were. Now I don't agree with that, but it is what it is, isn't it now? Stewie Hall now, he's gonna have to pal Ritson up, innit, and Kelly and all them lot. I hope that he can piggyback on their shows, isn't he?
That aeroplane noise will making us go crazy.
Right, okay.
So that's why the aeroplane didn't make us quiet.
Okay, alright mate. So, Stewie Hall, I'm glad he got beat, plus Gav McDonald's from Doncaster, and I'm glad he knocked him about a bit. But Gav's like a younger version of Stewie Hall, isn't he? He's not really exciting, is he? You don't rush home from pub, do you, to say, tell you what, let's get home quick, there's a Gav McDonald fight on. You don't, do you? But what you do say is, come on, we've got 20 more minutes, do you think we're going to make it home? There's a Lewis Ritson fight on. That's what you do say. You won't pay to watch Gav McDonald headline, would you, against Stewie Hall? You wouldn't do it, would you? I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't do it. But I am glad that he won. Like I said, I don't rate Stewie Hall. I think he overachieved. I think Dennis performed miracles for him, absolute miracles. But the funny thing is, Gav McDonald's going to be telling people now, I've beat a former world champion in Stewie Hall. But Stewie Hall has not beat a champion, has he? Can you work that out? Because I can't. It's a bit like Canelo saying he beat a former champion in Liam Smith, but Liam Smith's never beat a champion. Anthony Joshua beat Joseph Parker, who were a former world champion, but Parker's never beat a world champion. I could go on and on and on and on. And this is why I get so raging in boxing. This is why we need the belts all in the bin and just one belt. That's what we need. But it is what it is, isn't it? Second time I said that, Arsenal. Now I've got these questions and I'm going to finish this beer. Are you back again? Are you going inside now? Yeah. Go on then. Yeah, I'll open the door for you. Go on, quick! Quick! In! Go on, get in! It's just me and you now, kid. He don't shut up, does he, Ruby? Nope. Is that what he's like all the time? No. Or is he just excited when he sees me? When I come to see him?
I think he does.
He just gets excited when I come to see him, yeah? Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah? Come on, look at your eye. Yeah. It's a bite or something like that. Do you think it might be a bite? It's got infected. What's that medicine like? Do you like the taste of it? No.
Well, it smells nice, but it tastes yucky.
Tastes yucky? Yeah. Right. Which brings me to the questions. Have a look at these questions. I'll do them in a second. I'll just finish off with rounding up on the Stewie Hall McDonald. Stewie Hall, in my opinion, from what I've heard, won one round. Now I can't say I've watched the fight, but he's an hard person to score rounds for. I don't think he's active enough. I think when Jamie McDonald fought him, I think he gave him a boxing lesson and just beat him up when Jamie fought him. But he ended up with Jamie's belt, didn't he, Stewie Hall? So I don't know what to make of it. I mean, he's oldest super bantamweight in boxing at the moment, isn't he? That's in top 50 apparently. I mean, how much longer can they keep digging Stewie Hall up? I mean, he doesn't do any tickets. I don't know how he's going to work it. Is he going to put him on up there in Newcastle? Because Ritson's got to be the man now, hasn't he? He has got to headline. Lewis Ritson must start headlining shows. Josh Kelly, he's not going to have much respect from up north anyway, is he? Because Jaffa had him when he was an amateur, and he did dirty on Jaffa, didn't he, when he got to Team GB team. So this is what I was trying to say to you about that cult up there at the EIS. Fighters get there and they may be affiliated with a manager promoter type like Phil Jeffries, who I met through Dennis Hobson. He gave me a booking, something 3 minutes it was or something, about the Dempsey fight, wasn't it? So I sort of get on with Phil Jeffries. I'm in touch with him, and everybody in boxing knows, and all them up north east will, that Josh Kelly did the dirty on Phil Jeffries. He's disloyal. That's just me saying it as it is. He's disloyal. Years ago I had a co-accused. I got X amount in jail and he didn't. So I say, you're disloyal. Something obviously went on behind the scenes, and it's like that with him. So I think he's disloyal. So I think Lewis Ritson should start headlining all the shows at North East. That's just my opinion. I don't even think that's a harsh opinion, because the fans are not going to watch Josh Kelly. It's like they're not going to watch Ryan Burnett. And they both got the same trainer, haven't they? They've got that Adam Booth style, which it's a bit dated now, Adam Booth's style, isn't it? I know Terry Chappendama might pull me up on that, but I don't see anything in Ryan Burnett or Josh Kelly that makes me want to go watch them. Oh, let's go watch Ryan Burnett tonight. It'll be a great fight. You know, like, let's go watch Ward Gatti rematch, or Froch Kessler rematch, or Lewis Ritson against Luke Campbell. That'd be a great fight, that, wouldn't it? Lewis Ritson, Ricky Burns, Lewis Ritson, Crawler, but not Josh Kelly, TBA. Or Ryan Burnett versus TBA. I mean, how many fights has Ryan Burnett swerved? He looks fragile to me, Ryan Burnett. But that's my opinion, innit? Harsh, but Lewis Ritson is the man of the North East. He's got all North East behind him. They all know what they're doing up there, all the people in boxing. Jaffa knows what he's doing. Steve Wraith, they all know what they're doing, right? And they get behind their own, don't they, in Newcastle? Now, Lewis Ritson, he's going to be a world champion.
I'm going.
You're going now. Come on, in a bit. You what? What? I'm on out, just one. I'm only going to have one. So, I think that I think Lewis Ritson must headline the next show in the North East, because they're going to try and build it to get a St James Park show, aren't they? That's what they're going to try and build it up towards. But Lewis Ritson must headline. Josh Kelly can't headline again. The fans are not coming out to see Josh Kelly. They're going out to see Ritson. They want to see knockouts. He's in a great division, the old lightweight division. It's a glamour division. It's one of the old school seven divisions. It's a great weight division. Who's to say he's not going to end up being like Roberto Duran? We don't know, do we? But he's icing guys and putting them down, dropping them, destroying them. You know, smashing them to bits. Call it what you want. Go ask, speak to Robbie Barrett, Scott Cardle, that Islander who just fought yesterday. Go speak to all them guys. They'd all tell you this kid's got bricks in his hands. Throw in Adam Smith and Eddie Hearn, mouthpieces that they are, and they'll turn him into Superman, and everybody will buy into the hype. But I already bought into the hype months ago when I said he'd win British title off Robbie Barrett. Every bet Steffi Bull has on Twitter, he puts his bets on, doesn't he? No, Steffi Bull never put his bet on for Jamie McDonnell against the Japanese guy, did he? Why didn't he put his bet on? Showing you how much you were betting on Jamie. Why didn't he put his bet on, showing you how much you were betting on Barrett? They're not going to do, are they? Because they know the boxing, don't they? So what's the difference between me saying Ritson beats Barrett than Steffi Bull? Well, that's his manager, innit? But I'm going to say it, aren't I? Because I'm not threatening any of them, am I? You've got to be honest, haven't you? It's a fight. People win and people lose, and they shake and kiss and do group hugs after. So who gives a flying F? Nobody, do they? But I just think that he's going to go all the way. I want to see him take Ricky Burns. I want Ricky Burns gone, right? Ricky Burns is becoming a bit of an embarrassment hanging around boxing now. I've had no respect for him since he left Billy Nelson. None whatsoever. Because Billy Nelson's a proper boxing bloke, he knows what he's doing. First thing Billy Nelson teaches guys is how to punch. He taught Burns how to punch. He's showing that Macaulay how to punch. He had Lewis Ritson, he showed him how to punch, didn't he, before he went to Jaffa. Nah. He's a good guy, Billy Nelson, but I want to see Ritson against Burns in Newcastle or Glasgow. That's what I want to see next. Ritson Burns. And then I want to see him fight Crawler. Now Crawler's on slide now, so he'll fight him, but Eddie might try and get some more mileage out of Crawler in Manchester. But Crawler, he's got to drop down. He can't keep hovering around for world titles now. He's not a world force. He's not world level no more. There ain't really much at European, so he's got to fight the main guys at British level. He's got to fight Lewis Ritson, Crawler. I don't want to hear what I'm hearing, Cardle against Crawler. I don't want to hear that. I'm hearing Cardle against Burns. Now, they're both in Ricky Burns and Cardle are both in a situation where if they fought each other and won, they're still not going anywhere, are they? They're still going to be gatekeepers, aren't they? Cardle's British level. Ricky Burns is British level on way down. So, yeah, that may be a good fight, but maybe Cardle against Burns, Ritson against Crawler. Or Ritson against Burns. So I've got these questions and I'm just going to read them out now. I was going to do it in car, but they've got in now and I don't know if it's good at. Go do it in car. If they come back out again, I'm hoping they're going to go in bath in a minute. No worries. No fucking no worries. I'll see you next week. Okay. Right, first question. First question. I've just started a better way to do these questions. Obviously I'm just feeling my feet here. This is number video 52, but I'm feeling my feet a bit with this technical stuff and that. I still don't know how to upload them, and you know, I have to rely on other people to help me in that, but I've been fortunate that I've got meetings lined up with certain people about certain things. The things that happen around boxing, for instance, big screens and that. There's a company been in touch with me about big screens, and I've got appointments lined up with them. So look, it's all quite positive stuff really. And the guy who got in touch with me about the big screens, he's a friend of a friend, and they like my opinion.
Question 1 from James in Peterborough. Was Michael Venom an embarrassment last night at the Joe Joyce show? Question 2.
Was Michael Venom an embarrassment at the Joe Joyce show? Well, I've only seen clips of it because I was out. I didn't watch anything on Friday. I've seen the Savannah Marshall fight, but yeah. From what I've seen and from what I've heard, boxing don't need that, does it? But who am I to judge? Who am I? I'm just a nobody, aren't I, really? I'm just a little blot on landscape. But in my opinion, he shouldn't be behaving like that, should he? Because the guy you fought, he shouldn't have even been a journeyman. I don't even know how the British Boxing Board of Control passed that. So, yeah, Michael Venom Page, you should be ashamed of yourself. He reminded me of when Nazim Ahmed used to knock journeyman out up on shows up when he turned pro, and it was a bit cringy afterwards. You know, the people around Naz, like Johnny Nelson and Pelly Reid and people like that, they were all jumping up in air and doing cartwheels and stuff like that around Naz, and it was a bit embarrassing. And Johnny Nelson was a bit of a groupie. You know, he used to drive Naz about. He was a bit of a groupie, and he'd drive Naz's Mercedes about while Naz was sat in back. I remember at the time I had a Sunburst Red XR3 on an X-Reg, and Naz had a Merc, an S-Class Merc, and he would drive, and Johnny used to drive him and he'd sit it back. But yeah, getting back to that, yeah, it reminded me of that. There's no big about knocking journeymen out, and sooner or later somebody's going to get hurt. Question 2.
From James in Peterborough.
From James.
What do I think about Joe Joyce fighting a cruiserweight?
What do I think about Joe Joyce fighting a cruiserweight? Joe Joyce is not a heavyweight, he's a super heavyweight. And he's fighting a small cruiserweight. Now for years I've lobbied sanctioning bodies, British Boxing Board of Control, promoters. I said there should be a weight division from light heavy to heavy, because there's a £25 gap, but yet bantamweight to super bantam is £3, but yet you've got a gap of £25. In that £25 people are creating power. That's just my opinion. So, Joe Joyce, you should be ashamed. British Boxing Board of Control, you should be ashamed as well. Joe Joyce doing cartwheels in wing after knocking out a small cruiserweight, and he's an Olympic silver medalist. That's why nobody goes to Davy Day's shows. Why? They want to knock people out who can't fight back. So I ain't happy with that. The problem lies with the British Boxing Board of Control, not Davy Day, because he's a fraud, isn't he? Same as his mate Joe Fournier. He's a fraud as well, isn't he, Joe Fournier? The guy who bought a WBA, whatever, Intercontinental, International, or International Silver, Bronze, Wooden, Plywood, whatever, KFC, ABC, BFG, BIG, whatever load of crap. Joe Fournier, Davey Day, they want to be known as Twitter boxers. That's what they want to be known as. Joe Joyce, he's doing cartwheels after knocking out some small cruiserweight. Michael Venom Page, he's jumping up and down like a banshee after knocking out a small cruiserweight. British Boxing Board of Control, they allowed them to do this. So in my opinion, my humble opinion, the problem lies with the British Boxing Board of Control. And when somebody gets hurt down the line, touch wood they don't, but they will, when somebody gets hurt, they're all going to run for the hills. That's what they do. They run for the hills. So
yeah, it's another heavyweight fighting little guys.
Yeah, got that one done.
John Griffiths from Notts, he's asking, he wants to know if, will Michael Venom, he's asking Clinton, answered on Twitter, will Michael Venom, will Joe Joyce ever fight people who can fight back?
This basic same question from John Griffiths in Notts, at Griff Notts. Is Joe Joyce ever going to fight anybody who hits back? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But he's had 5 fights, so Joe Joyce is going to call people out like Hughie Fury and Derek Chisora. He's going to call people like that out, and then he's going to fight where he's just fought. It's the same old script, and everybody keeps buying it except me. Like I said, when somebody gets hurt, touch wood, the promoters, what they do when you get hurt, they have a little collection at shows. And months later they keep having collection. And it never ends. But where does that money go to? Where's it go to? We hope to the families, don't we? But it is what it is, isn't it? But, getting on to this, somebody's going to get hurt with these mismatches soon. Somebody's going to get hurt.
An embarrassment last night at the Joe Joyce show. Question 2 from James in Peterborough. John Griffiths from Notts, he's asking, he wants to know if will Michael Venom, he's asking Clinton.
I've answered that one.
Michael Venom. Will Joe Joyce ever fight people who can fight back? Message to Mike Webb Wigan.
Mike Webb Wigan.
Count how many times I say it is what it is, innit? On an interview, you went and counted it is what it is, innit? 16 times in my interview. Fucking hellfire, you need to get out more. What your questions are: number 1, who is the biggest waste of talent in boxing, past and present?
Who's biggest waste of talent in boxing, past and present? From Mike at Wigan. Mike Wiggum or something, at Mike Wiggum. Go on, if you got my notification, you'll see the top messages there. Tyrell Biggs, maybe. Michael Grant. Michael Grant is the Anthony Joshua of today. Big muscular black man, knocking everybody out until he ran into Lennox Lewis, who ended up the best man at his wedding. But he ran into Lennox and it rolled over for him. Now, he's another Joshua. But Joshua's in an era that's weak. Michael Grant were in a tough era with Lennox Lewis now. Joshua should have been in an era with Tyson Fury as the number 1, shouldn't he? But Tyson's obviously, he's just coming back for, well, we don't know what's happening. Will he ever fight again, Tyson? I don't know. But I don't know if he'll fight again. But that question there, Mike.
Message to Mike Webb at Wigan.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
When I've said it, count how many times I say it is what it is. But your questions are, number one, who is the biggest waste of talent in boxing, past and present?
Yeah, I've just answered that.
Number two.
Oh, past is Michael Grant, he's the biggest waste of talent in the past. The present is Frankie Gavin. Everybody knows Frankie Gavin, don't they? He won the world gold in 2007 in Chicago. 2008 he went to Beijing. Dennis went on an airplane with him and Jamie McDonnell, because he took Jamie over there who were 8-2-1. He wanted to show him how you train and do this and do that. Now blah de blah, Dennis wanted to sign Jamie McDonnell, Frankie Gavin and Billy Joe. Everybody wanted Frankie Gavin and Billy Joe then, because they were the men, weren't they? But they went with Frank Warren, didn't they? It didn't work out for Frankie Gavin, and obviously it's worked out for Billy Joe, and because Billy Joe is probably it's probably a coin toss in it between Billy Joe and Golovkin for who's best middleweight in world. But then again, it depends what Billy Joe Saunders turns up on night, doesn't it? But I'd say past Michael Grant, and the present I'd say Frankie Gavin. So that's that done. The question.
He said it's all bollocks. Chisora versus Takam.
Where's that question gone now? Somebody asked me, what do I think about the Chisora Takam fight? I think that's a good fight, I really do. Eddie Hearn will want Derek Chisora to win that, so don't be surprised if Takam gets jobbed, because they need Chisora and Dillian White fighting, because they'll try and turn it into a pay-per-view, because everything's pay-per-view now.
Boxing Fan 1988 at boy.
All these questions, I'm never going to get through them, am I?
Message to Mike.
Just add that one.
Who is the biggest
Waste of space. I'll just let it run.
Number two. The top three biggest prospects in your eyes at the moment. The first one is always the past and present. That's 1 and 2. And number three. The top three biggest prospects in your eyes at the moment.
Top three biggest prospects in my eyes at the moment are Quigley, Jason Quigley, I like him. Conlon, I like him. And Michael Conlon and Lewis Ritson. And Lewis Ritson's icing people, isn't it? It's my new word, isn't it? Icing. I've been iced myself before, and you don't feel anything when you get iced, you're just knocked out. It's quite nice. When you get knocked out, at the bottom of your back, you have adrenaline. As soon as you, like if you chop my finger off in that door with an axe or an hinge, you go ah, and then at the bottom of your back, something releases out your spinal cord. It releases adrenaline. You don't feel anything. It's a shock. Well, I've been knocked out, so. And once you've been knocked out, you know what's going to happen again, don't you? So you're not. But all these who haven't been knocked out, they're all fritting that to fight anybody. But I can assure you that Lewis Ritson knocks people out. He's the most exciting fighter in the country at the moment. Not Joshua. Not Joshua. Joshua's, God, he don't want to fight anybody. He don't want to fight Wilder, does he? You've got one guy to fight to get everything, to get all the belts. Oh my God. Even Lennox Lewis didn't have all the belts.
Right. Okay.
That's that one done. Right. Second one.
W Garden Garden Service. Is there any way we can get Tyson Fury back together?
WW Garden Service, that's on comments under the video. If you go on my channel on YouTube, it says Porky's Corner YouTube. Go into the video about Tyson Fury. There's about 3,000 views on that, I think now, or around about that. One at comments, WW Garden, what?
Is there any WW Garden Service?
WW Garden Service, is there any way that Tyson Fury and Peter Fury can work together again? Well, it's not for me to comment on that. I can't comment on that. It's not, you know, I don't, I'm not going to say anything about Peter Fury's business. It's family business, it's between family, and it's between Peter's side of family and John's side of family to sort out, and it's not to do with me. So
WW Garden.
Oh, next one.
TMG 55702-889. A video where you predict where some fighters will be this time next year would be good. Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'll probably do that this week.
TMG and then a load of numbers after, so that's like take your numbers off and just invent yourself a name on Twitter, mate, because I can't remember all the numbers. But that's a good question, that. A video, I'm not going to do it now because I've got that many to get through here, and there's an email up there, there's loads of stuff to get through, and it's sort of like I can't get my normal day job done with doing all this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that another day, but I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you a prediction now, from now, and then you can look. This is the beauty of YouTube, you can look back on it in a year and see if I were right. I'm going to give you Joshua Wilder. This time next year is still not fought him, Anthony Joshua. They're still coming out with excuses. Povetkin, Dillian White, Pulev, Baby Miller. They'll all. Are you alright? Yeah. Are you going to leave me to do this? Leave me to do this and I'll come and see you before I go, yeah? Okay. You take care. Me in a bit, yeah? Fruit. Get some fruit down here. You promised. Right. So we've got that one done.
WW Gardens.
Well, I've just done that one, haven't I?
TMG.
Oh, I've just done that one.
Message from DKOL boy. Porky, I've had a look at Mad Benny, Martin Murray's sidekick, got his own Instagram now, Mad Benny official. Yeah, I've seen it.
Porky, have you seen something to with Martin Murray, Mad Benny official? Yeah, I did have a look. I think I've seen something on Twitter or something. Is it Martin Murray's mate? Well, it's a bit of light-hearted entertainment, isn't it? Oh, like that never hurt anybody, did it? I suppose. So, yeah.
I can't remember if I answered this question from John Griffiths at Griff Knots in Nottingham.
Question from John Griff Knots.
Griffiths, at Griff Knots in Nottingham. My question wasn't so much to do with Dennis, but pro boxing, i.e. fighters cutting weight, getting a stiffed in contracts, etc, etc. Yeah, I'll comment on.
What is the stuff that you've seen in boxing that you don't like since you got with Dennis? Well, I first met Dennis on April 2015, and we've not seen each other since the Hilton Hotel that night when I first met O'Hara Davis. Josh Warrington, night before Josh fight. Me and Dennis obviously had a little bit of a fallout, and I left him in Leeds. I drove his Audi Q7 brand new back to Sheffield. I left him in Leeds. It's what I'm like, aren't I? Wear my heart on my sleeve. If there's something I don't like, I'm not bothered whether they've got 50 million in bank or 5 quid. I am out of there if there's something I am not happy about. But I love Dennis and I always will. And if anybody ever started any trouble with Dennis and I were there, I'd be the first one to put a knife straight into the leg. That's the type of guy I am, and I've got form for it. But that's the old days, isn't it? But I'll back Dennis to the hilt. But I'll always have his back. But if I don't agree with something, I can't work with him, can I? So I don't work with Dennis no more. The things that I don't like, there's a lot of things I don't like, but I'm not going to say on camera. But the things that I can say on camera is, I don't agree with Dennis promoting people and managing them. I think it's a conflict of interest, and if you get mates with them, the fighters, like I'm mates with people who Dennis promotes and manages, sometimes you can get caught in the middle, because I'm one of them, I always want a side foot fighter. And when you do that, Dennis will say, oh, you've still got L plates on. Or he'll say, oh, you're not one putting money in, blah de blah. And I can understand that, and it is a tough game. It is a tough sport. And close friends can fall out. I mean, look at the people that Dennis has won world titles with. I'm not going to mention the names, we all know who they are, don't we? They should all be having times of their lives. Jamie McDonnell and Dennis. They should be up at Dennis's today having a barbecue with them all. Or Clinton Woods and Dennis. They should all be jumping in swimming pools and having... But the business ruins it, doesn't it? It ruins everybody, because everybody gets either money driven, ego driven, or I don't know what it is. There's something about it that I can't explain. See, me personally, I've never been money motivated in boxing. Maybe I might have had a little bit of an ego when Dennis used to say to me, oh, you're getting a bit of an ego now. Oh, you're getting an ego on you with your YouTube channel and blah de blah, saying your little bit on Porky's Corner. No, I'm not ego driven. But you've got a voice, haven't you? One thing about social media, you've got a voice, and you can make friends through social media, and then you make enemies. But the ones that want to be your enemies or give you a hard time, people like Matt Bowes, they're people who can't get on in boxing, aren't they? So they have to go take to the keyboards, don't they? Or they try to get on in boxing, a bit like Simon Clayton, that they couldn't find an opening. That's what it is. They can't get on. Because they've got the day jobs, haven't they? Whereas I have people work for me, so I'm fortunate, aren't I? But I love boxing, and I will never take a penny out of boxing. Never take a penny. That's why I'm involved with K Official. Go email K Official or follow them, K Official, DOTCOM. I've never took a penny, and they're selling these. I bought all these. I never took these for free. I bought them out of my own pocket. I got one free hoodie, and every one that gets sold, money goes to Mick Wales' gym. You know, Josh Wales Dallas, you know. It's a bit boring story now. Don't get involved with boxing for money. Get in because you love it. Get in because it's your hobby. Don't get involved for money. If you can help fighters prosper themselves, do it. If you can help fighters get on. Now, me and Rico have got SIS in meetings lined up with them. It's a company, I don't even know where they're based. I know one of their technicians from Doncaster. And if we can do anything with them, I'll sit on here. We had an SIS hoodie on. If they want to help Mick's gym, you know, or stick some petrol in my car. But don't do it thinking you're going to get a living out of it, because you end up like Eddie Hearn. The difference between me and Eddie Hearn is Eddie Hearn will go on telly when somebody says to him, Eddie, you're making millions out of this show. Do you feel it? Eddie, you're making millions out of this show. Do you feel guilty? Ripping off the fans, and Eddie will say, it's a living. And that's it. Because the brass neck on them is unbelievable. They're not bothered. The machines, they go home to the family. They are not bothered. I'm bothered, me. I have a problem with StubHub. I have a problem with StubHub, me, a massive problem with it. I have a problem with fighters not fighting anybody. I have a problem with Tyson Fury saying he can beat Joshua and beat Wilder in his first fight back. And then he couldn't even get Sarifi Serini out of there, whatever his name was. So good they named him twice. Couldn't get him out there. Frank Warren stopped the fight. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with him. I have a problem with shitting on Mick Hennessy. I have a problem with that. Yeah, I have a problem with that. You stick with Mick from day one. Tyson from Fury used to say Carl Froch were a traitor, didn't he? He said it on IFL. Carl Froch traited Mick Hennessy. What did Tyson do to Mick? What? Well, it's same, innit? So that'll probably get me an headlock off Tyson when I see him, won't it? But he knows deep down I love him. But it's the business, innit? It's not Tyson's fault. It's not Froch's fault. It's not Mick Hennessy's fault. It's the business of boxing. But you know when boxing gets it right and you see something like Ritson knocking somebody out last night, or throw him out. Come on. Just throw him out, he'll come in. Hey, what's the matter? Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh, it's the business's fault. It's not Tyson's fault or Mick Hennessy's fault. You okay? Hey? This is my dog Rocky. Now, Rocky was born in April 2015, the day I met Dennis Hobson. So he's as old as my friendship with Dennis. Or even though we've had a fallout. We'll fall out every month though. But Rocky has got bad nerves, hasn't you, Rocky? If you drop something near Rocky, he jumps a mile. Or he cowers down on the floor. But the reason we chose Rocky is because he were in a cage with 7 women who were puppies. Can you imagine being a dog and you're in a cage and you've got 7 women for 8 weeks? So Rocky had an 8thsome. Is it an 8thsome or a 7thsome? No, an 8thsome. Rocky dealt with all over 7, didn't you, kid? Getting like Joe Gallagher. But yeah, he's got bad nerves, but he's my best mate, aren't you, Rocky? And but he's got bad nerves. When you come out to see your dad, you missed me. You missed me this last week, eh? You missed me. Eh? But he's a Shih Tzu, cross poodle, cross pug. So he's free-tone, isn't he? But he's a good dog, and I didn't want a dog because they're getting away. But yeah, it's a crazy business, boxing. It's crazy how everybody falls out and you live your arguments through media and stuff like that. And I'm so proud of Peter Fury. He's kept his powder dry, hasn't he? He just goes about his business and he's staying out of it all, isn't it? It's not nice when people leave everybody, innit? You know, and everybody should be having time of their life, shouldn't they? Like I said earlier, Dennis, Clinton Woods, Jamie McDonnell, Carl Thompson, Ricky Hatton. How many world champions has he had? Did he have Paul Silky Jones? I think he promoted that, didn't he? How many of them does he see? Because people got their own lives, haven't they, in boxing? It ain't, you know. A boxer tells a promoter, I love you, your best thing since sliced bread. And promoter will say it's same when you're selling stadiums out. When you're not selling stadiums out, they're not so close, are they? You don't see Chris Eubank Senior with Barry Hearn at the moment, do you? But when they were working together, Barry was best man at his wedding, wasn't he? Old Barry knew he had to keep him sweet, didn't he? Once he had no earning potential for him, he was no good to Barry, was he? That's why I don't get hyped into that Eddie Hearn. This is my new best friend. Look, it's boxing, it is what it is. We should all have the same mentality as Frank Warren's got. Frank Warren once said to Dennis, fuck them before they fuck you. And that's Frank Warren's motto. And obviously it worked, didn't it? Because Frank ripped Dennis off for 25 grand. They ended up flipping a coin for it. And Dennis called tails and it were heads. So from Glenn Johnson, Clinton Woods fight, because Frank went purse with, didn't he? But that's boxing for you, isn't it? People fall out, but Dennis and Frank were never going to be mates, were they? Come on. Frank Warren and Dennis. Fucking hell. Hey? You read that story in Frank Warren's column in some newspaper where he said, people come and go as promoters. He said, I remember in the beginning of the decade, you know, about 2002, 2004, when they were... Go on, you go back in there then. Leave in. He said, I remember years ago when there were two promoters who were on scene, and they were gonna do this and do that, and it was Mick Hennessy and Dennis Hobson. Go on to Frank Warren's column. He doesn't say the names, but he's having a dig at Mick and Dennis. He says one of them, he grabbed hold of me in a funny handshake and tried to pull me. And what happened was Dennis grabbed hold of Frank. Dennis said, how are you doing? And Frank went, yeah, I'm okay. And cause Frank didn't look Dennis in the eye at this show when they shook hands, Dennis wasn't like that, so Dennis grabbed his hand. He says, come here, you bag of bones. And Dennis is a powerful guy, isn't he? Grabbed him, but he grabbed him in that Freemason's handshake, where it's something, is it like that? Like a Freemason's handshake. And he grabbed Frank and he yanked him, and Frank went like that. He says, come here, you fucking bag of bones. And Frank went on about it in his column, and he said, and the other guy, who was supposed to be a threat to my throne, was obviously ran about Mick Hennessy. He grabbed my hand, he was like a wet fish, he was sweating that much, and he was having a dig at Mick. Well, let me tell you this, Frank Warren. Dennis, he's done alright for himself, and he had to bankrupt his son like you over years. And Mick's had well, Mick's had lineal heavyweight champion at Wales from debut, Frotch from debut, Barker from debut, Chris Eubank Jr. from debut. He's had Junior Whittet at world title. So Mick Hennessy, and you got Hughie Fury ready for a world title next summer. So Mick Hennessy knows what he's on with, doesn't he, Frank? So stop having digs at people. But that's boxing, isn't it? But Frank had a dig at Mick like that, but yeah, he ended up working with Mick when Mick had Tyson. That's how it is. That's why Dennis used to say to me, oh God, you've had another go at Eddie Hearn on Twitter. I go, so? I don't like what he's doing. And he'll go, oh, we might need to work with him down the line. And I'll go, well, I don't want to work with him. You'll have to work with Eddie without me. And oh God, you've had a go at Tony Bellew. You've said he's only beat Cleverly as a world champion and Hay once, and he was shot. I goes, yeah, it's true. He goes, oh, you don't need to be putting it on Twitter. I've had him ringing me. I goes, so? It's truth, innit? What am I going to do, lie for these fuckers? And Bellew can fight, can't he? Tony Bellew can fight. He just don't want to test himself. People are going to say I'm crazy now, but I'm going to go on record as saying this. I think Tony Bellew's got the style to beat Usyk. I don't think he's got the style to beat Gassiev. But Usyk beats Gassiev. Is that crazy? George Foreman couldn't beat Ali. But he beat Fraser. Fraser beat Ali. Work that out. Styles make fights. It's an opinion. Get over it. Boxers need to get over it. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm going to say my favourite saying now. It is what it isn't. But back to the questions. Is that all the battery charged up? Just let me know when it's on green. You know what I need top and door? Orange. Right, let's go through these questions again now. What do you think to Porky's? You what? I know I have. Do you want to come and see me? In a bit, yeah? 5 minutes, okay? I'll come and see you before I go. Right, so well, I can't remember how many questions. There's that many to go through. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through them all. It's sort of got out of control, my channel on it now. I was complaining at first when we didn't have enough questions. We're taking ages to get them in.
Message to Mike Webb at Wigan. When I said it, count how many times I say it is what it is, innit? On an interview, you went and counted. It is WW Garden Service. Is there any way we...
We've had that one, haven't we?
DMG 55702-889. A video, Russell, where you predict where some fighters will be this time next year would be good. Yeah, that's a good one, I think.
Yeah, I've done that one.
Message from DKOL boy. Porky, I've got to look at Mad Benny, Martin Lewis.
Have a look at Mad Benny.
I can't remember if I answered this question from John Griffiths at Griff Knots in Nottingham. What was the thing that surprised you and angered you the most when you got involved in boxing with Dennis?
I've said that about what surprised me and angered me the most. What surprised me and angered me the most is the fact that I don't agree with promoters being managers as well, because you've got a conflict of interest, haven't you? You've got an interest in the show, so you're going to say anything you can to the fighter to get it on the show. In America they have the Muhammad Ali Act. They don't allow it over there due to the Tim Witherspoon Don King fallout. Carl King won it. I might be wrong though, but I don't agree they should have that in England, and I don't agree with that. Dennis don't like my opinion on that, but we had many an argument over that, so I don't agree with that.
I can't remember if I answered this question from... Your question wasn't so much... John Griffiths, Griff Knots in Nottingham. My question wasn't so much to do with Dennis, but pro boxing. 3 more questions from John Griffiths in Nottingham. 1. Which of the boxing commissioners do you think is the best? A, B, C.
Who do I think is the boxing best commissioners? WBA, WBC, IBF, IBO, WBC. I think the lot of them are a shower of shit. The lot of them, even IBF. I think the best one out of lots IBO, but they've all got their own agendas. The IBO don't even call mandatories, because they're happy just to piggyback in with champions who've got all the belts. You know, like Joshua's got IBO and loads of other belts. They never call a mandatory. So how are you going to get your title shot? The WBC, we be crooks. They've just put Brazil over Dillian White. They are jokers. The WBA, fucking Jesus. Oh my God. And the IBF, well, look what they did to Tyson Fury because they didn't rematch Vladimir. Or because they were rematching Vladimir and he won't fight Glasgow. That's it. So, oh, look, and WBO, God, don't even get me started with the WBO. We don't even count that as a belt.
The fighters cutting weight, getting a stiffed in contracts, etc.
Yeah, we know about the fighters getting stiffed in contract. I've never seen anybody get stiffed in any contracts when I was with Dennis. Everybody got paid. There's time limits to when you get paid. They all got paid. There were no problems with money. Dennis is a great matchmaker, great promoter, but in my opinion, I think he's had his day. That may sound harsh, but he don't understand social media, does he? He's an old school promoter, isn't he? He's a dinosaur, like Frank Warren and Barry Hearn. The dinosaurs, aren't they? That's why Dennis is working with Steffi Bull. That's why I got him put together with Steffi Bull, because they might be able to revive him. But he's a good boxing man, Dan. He's just I don't agree with how he does things, and you don't agree with how I do things.
Yeah, I'll comment on. Should boxing play a part in school's curriculum? Yes.
Yes.
What would you order?
Should boxing play a part in school curriculum? Yeah, it should. Yeah, I agree with that.
You can fight from any fighters from any era. Mike Tyson against Ali.
Mike Tyson against Ali. Jack Dempsey against Carl Froch. Froch. Obviously they've had to put a little bit of weight on, but not that much. Dempsey wasn't that big a guy, were he? Probably walked around about 179, 180, did he? If that. Bruce Woodcock from Edlington, where I'm from, is dead now. He was British, Commonwealth, European, and he beat the former world heavyweight champion Lee Savold. But when he fought Savold, he didn't have a belt when he fought him in the rematch. And Savold went on to fight Joe Lewis, did he? Well, he's from my village, and my granddad's best pal. I would have liked to see Bruce Woodcock against Jack Dempsey.
Well, that one done pretty easy enough. Mr. KWX Ben 1966.
Mr. KWS Ben 1966 question.
Come on, you are someone that supposedly knows boxing. You must also know the alphabet ratings at the professional level have nothing to do with ability or achievement. If you don't explain that to the public, what's the point of going on? You say you are a non-profit channel. If you are not going to explain this to the minuite of boxing, you will become the no point channel. Well, promoters are there to lobby for their fighter. That's what it's called, lobbying for their fighter.
Right, the guy there saying that I should say it as it is. If you go onto one of my videos, I think it's under Tyson's, the video I did about Tyson, going on about rankings and the governing bodies and why not I say how it is. The point he's getting at is this, right? A couple of weeks ago, night before Josh Warrington fought, people in boxing seen me there. I went out for a bite to eat with Dennis and the guy from IBF. So what? What does that mean? You're having a bite to eat with a guy from IBF. Don't mean shit, does it? You're going to lobby for your fighter, aren't you? That's all it is, it's called lobbying. These guys, these promoters and managers, they lobby with these sanctioning bodies. And then the sanctioning bodies, they all have a meeting and they all decide. You put your case forward, don't you? For example, Liam Cameron, he's beat Langford in amateurs and he's now ranked number 14 with IBF. Langford's ranked about 5, isn't he? But he's a former British champion. Liam's the current Commonwealth champion, but he's also IBO youth champion and an ABA champion. So, and he's just defended his belt. So, is an IBF 14 ranking good for Liam? Why not? Why? What has he done wrong there? You lobby, don't you, for your fighter? Now, I can remember times when Dennis has lobbied for other fighters and they've not got in there because other fighters are doing better at the time. You've got to lobby. The rankings are not bent. Let me just say this. There's no brown envelopes getting passed about. You lobby for your fighter. Eddie Hearn, they lobby for them. You lobby for them. You put your case forward, don't you? George Groves put his case forward, didn't he? For a rematch with Carl Froch. Now it cost him 20 grand in messing about and back and forward and legal people and time and effort. You lobby with these people. They then have a meeting. Rankings were out, weren't they, this week? They were late. When Huey came out, he was number 7, wasn't he? And then within an hour or something, he was number 5, wasn't he? You lobby for that. You've got to put your case forward. For example, Huey, he won British title by KO. KO. He's a world amateur gold medalist. He's got the WBO Intercontinental strap at home. You know, we were beaten in a mandatory decision by Parker that everybody thought he won. CompuBox had him winning 8 rounds. You tell me. Huey's number 5 provisionally for July. Huey Fury is number 3. Number 3. And if Povetkin fights Joshua, Huey could end up going higher. Who knows? But don't begrudge, this guy here is trying to have a dig at me here. Don't begrudge Josh Whale, who's a British, Josh Whale's a British champion. Right, this guy's having a dig at the people that are associated with Dennis. And I'm going to defend Dennis here. Josh Whale's ranked number 15, isn't he, by IBF. He's a British champion. He needs one more victory to defend that belt outright. If not, he'd have to buy the belt for 10 grand. So he might as well defend that belt and then he can put it on his mantelpiece for his dad. Because it's his dad, it's his best mate, and they're like that. And they're a good team. And Steffi Bull's done great for them, hasn't he? Nobody can say Steffi hasn't done great for them, but Josh has done great for Steffi Bull, hasn't he? Because who's Steffi Bull got around him now who's any good? Who's he got? Who's he got that's doing any good for him? Gav McDonnell and Josh Whale. All others, they're either novices or they're on comebacks, aren't they? So the current men are Josh Whale and Gav. Steffi's got novices that are coming through, hasn't he? Anthony Tomlinson. He'll go all the way in, Anthony Tomlinson. If he sticks to his training regime and he don't get sidetracked, he'll win a British title in. Watch out for him, Anthony Tomlinson. But there's other kids down there that Steffi might promote. Brad Bovum, he's alright. He'll go to easily English level. Robbie Barrett's on comeback. He's already been a British champion. Who's to say Robbie Barrett might not get a European title shot? You don't know what's around the corner, do you? Curtis Woodhouse, will he fight again? I don't think he fights again. No, I don't think he fights again. I think he's had enough. If he does, he's a former British champion, isn't he, Curtis? Former Premier League footballer, so he's a winner, isn't he? Well, this guy is having a dig. He's having a dig. Josh Whale deserves that IBF 15 ranking. British title outright. Don't forget all them losses Josh has had. I think 8 of it. He's a lot. 8 out of 9, hasn't he? One of them his dad pulled him out because he had a bad cut. I think all the rest of them have been on road, hasn't he? Fighting in their ring size, their gloves, their judge, their referees, their hometown fans. He's had no get him, Josh Whale. So this guy here having a go at me here, I think he's out of order.
Mr. KWX Ben 1966. Come on, you are.
Mr. KWS Ben 1966.
Still love the videos, mate. Can you discuss Amir Khan's career? Do you think he's done? Thanks. Sam from Leicester.
Sam from Leicester wants me to discuss how Amir Khan's career's gone. I think it's been stop-start, hasn't it, for Amir Khan? And I know Amir Khan, but I think it's been stop-start. I don't know where he's going. Who's to say Amir Khan's going to fight on an Eddie Hearn show again? You don't really know with Amir, do you? One minute he's all for boxing, next minute he's tied up with charity cases or personal problems. I don't really know. He's a multi soul-fly swimming in Chochai. He's multi-millionaire, Amir. I don't know where he goes. It doesn't look like they're going to fight Kell Brook, does it? Kell Brook's in limbo anyway, I'm here.
Yeah, I can do that, Sam. Someone that supposedly knows box.
Right.
Pistol Whip Danger, this is on YouTube. I watched an NFL interview yesterday with Adam Bove. Adam Bove mentioned the fight in the
Pistol Whip Danger, this is a question off him.
Crowd at the Fury fight, and Coogan completely ignored him and acted like it never happened. I totally see what you were saying, Russell, about yes men towing the line. I'm sick of these paid sellouts lining their own pockets for profit.
Coogan's asked a question to Adam Bove, and Adam Bove's gone on about the other fight in the crowd when the Tyson Fury Savifi fight. Right, what he's getting at here is, once Adam Bove asked Coogan about the fight in the crowd, Coogan, instead of being a neutral, because Coogan will do anything, won't he, for Billy Joe Saunders or Tyson Fury. Coogan's a wannabe traveller, isn't he? Travellers come up to me all the time and say, Coogan is a wannabe traveller. Only thing missing is a Ford Transit pickup. That's what people say to me all the time. And I say, I don't really know Coogan that well. I've met him, but he ain't my cup of tea. I've got no time for brown nosers. Coogan's a brown noser, and he's done it to further his career for financial gain, because he wants to be famous, doesn't he? Now, he's got a little bit of fame, and they're earning a lot of money now, so that's brilliant, isn't it? But come and do some small old shows, Coogan. Don't send your little men. Come yourself, instead of saving yourself at big shows. Go to the small shows and show a bit of humility now that you're a big star. But Coogan has wanted to do the damage limitation, hasn't he? Because he's Tyson's mate. Instead of reporting on it, what he thinks. Because I know somebody that spoke to Coogan overnight and they said, what do you think about that fight? And Coogan went, Jesus, it were an embarrassment, it were a circus. But he's not going to say it on here, is he? I will. Probably going to get an headlock off Tyson. But it is what it is, isn't it? Third time I've said that now. So, Coogan, yeah, you should have turned around to Adam Boom and said, yeah, he was out of order, people fighting in the crowd, but he wants to keep him with Frank Warren, doesn't he? Coogan's not bothered. He's going to play Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn off, isn't he? Frank, Eddie said this. Eddie, Frank said that. Tyson, Joshua said this. Joshua, Tyson said that. Billy Joe, Martin Murray said this. Martin, Billy Joe said that. And on and on and on and on it goes. And they're like that. Look at these views we're getting here on IFL from all these mugs, and all we have to do is stir it with a spoon. Well, I've got news for you. This channel that I've got here, Porky's Corner YouTube, we are a non-profit making organisation, and we don't make anything off the views. And if you do not want to view, do not view us. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. Alright? We don't make a penny, but we are thankful for you subscribing and watching, because it attracts sponsors and they're going to get involved and help boxing out, but we don't make a penny. We don't want to do. Whereas Coogan and James, I remember taking James Elder out around Manchester after Froch Grove's weigh-in. Took him round Manchester drinking, asked him about it. He never had a pot to piss in. Who do you think paid for a night out? Well, that's the type of guy I am. But they need to show some humility. When I see him, I'll tell them. But they don't come near me when they see me. I saw Coogan at the Hilton Hotel the night before Warrington fight. He didn't come over to say hello. But is my life going to be affected because Coogan Cassius didn't say hello to me? Jesus. Everybody knows I Film London where Jane Couch has won it to start with. Coogan and James did the dirty on Jane Couch. But it is what it is, innit? It's boxing, innit? It's another boring boxing story.
I can't remember if I answered this question from... Your question wasn't so much... John Griffiths, Griff Knots in Nottingham. My question wasn't so much to do with Dennis, but pro box. 3 more questions from John Griffiths in Nottingham. 1. Which of the boxing commissions do you think... I
don't trust any of commissions.
Still love the videos, mate. Can you discuss Amir Khan's career and how you think...
Amir Khan, that's where we were to, wasn't it?
And not asking the real questions. Have a good weekend, mate. Yeah, I agree with Pistol Whip Danger.
Pistol Whip Danger, he says Coogan doesn't ask the real questions. No, he's not going to go in it because he's going to have a conflict of interest. The difference is between a good media guy and a bad, right? A good media guy is going to ask Tyson Fury a certain question and he'll get a certain answer. But if it's Coogie Bear, they want to be everybody's pal, don't they? They want to be in your house drinking tea, out in pub where you're having crack. They want to be your mates, but they're not professional enough to step away from that. And that's the problem. Because I think, personally, that the moles. I think he's a mole for Eddie. And I think he's a mole for Frank. They're like Bertie Smalls, they're playing both sides of the fence. That's my opinion. Him and James Elder.
Coogan has not once asked Tyson Fury or Frank Warren about anything that the fans weren't happy about with the Tyson Fury return of the Mac. Pistol Whip Danger. This is a
Pistol Whip Danger. This is a question I agree with.
On YouTube, I watched an IFL interview yesterday with Adam Booth.
Right. Why doesn't Coogan Cassius? Right. Cards on table. Coogan needs to ask Frank Warren or Tyson Fury, was that fight acceptable for a comeback? If so, who were the other guys on the list? Who were the other guys on the list? Because I tell you what, August 18th they're going to have to put somebody on the list, aren't they? Because BT Sport, and I've heard this third hand now, but it'll be true, they're not going to be happy with Frampton against somebody called Jackson and Tyson Fury against Shannon Briggs. They'll not have that, you know, no way.
Adam Bull mentioned the fight in the...
Right, here we are.
Chris Ogden asks, what's happening with
Question from Chris Ogden.
Jose Burton's career since Buglione lost his career?
What's happening with Chris Ogden? Sorry, Buglione. Hang on.
Since the Buglione loss to Burton, his career seems to have stood still. He was winning fight clear, then got stopped.
Where's Jose Burton going since he beat Buglione? In my opinion, he was winning every round and he got him out of gas. Since then, I think Eddie Hearn's kind of like giving up on him, hasn't he? Is it an Eddie Hearn problem? Is it a Joe Gallagher problem? I don't know, but I think Jose Burton needs some new direction, doesn't he? He needs somebody to go out to bat for him, doesn't he? You know, like Eddie Hearn goes out to bat for Bellew and Kell Brook and, you know, and Joshua. He don't really go out to bat for anybody else. Although I can assure you Eddie Hearn will be going out to bat for Ritson.
Seems Hearn isn't bothered for him. Yeah, I think Jose Burton's out in cold basically, but it won't help being Tyson Fury's cousin, will it?
Yeah.
Chris Ogden asked.
Yeah, good question that from Chris Ogden regarding Jose Burton. Yeah, I feel sorry for Jose Burton. He's like the forgotten man, isn't he? Yardy, Anthony Yard, right? Where's he going, him? WBO number 2, and he didn't fight no one above him. Well, you got to fight the number 1 guy or the champion. Why don't you call him for a final eliminator? Why? Because they got bumped up the rankings by Frank Warren, and Frank said, right, you're ready for him. And Tunde Ajade's put brakes on, hasn't he? Whoa, you're rushing us. He only had 15 fights. Ultratech Raw Sports. I tend to agree with him a little bit on this, but if you've got a WBO number 2 ranking, you must have known your promoter were going to push for that ranking. So you got to fight them, baby. You got to step up to the plate.
Is Gorman's questioning? Ryan Deal 4.
Ryan Deal 4 question.
Porky, love the passion, keep going, vent your frustrations, a lot of us feel the same. Probably on a more personal question, you're a Northern lad, I'm working up near Grimsby, I'm looking for a professional level standard gym to train at. Have you got anywhere near you can recommend? No, not really.
Have I got a gym I can recommend for a kid who's working in Grimsby? No, I don't really know anybody out there. I've got a couple of pals out in Hull, Derek George, Shane Collinson. They live in Hull. I don't really, I don't think they have anything to do with a gym though. I don't really know. There's a gym out at Lindholm, isn't there? Dave Hulley's gym, isn't that? But that's more. Is that more Scunny way, Hatfield way, isn't it? I don't really know. I'd just go to a fitness first gym, mate. I'll go for a walk round block like I do. That's an exercise when you get to my age. But you're welcome to come to Steffi Bull's gym down here if you want, mate. I'll come down and take you on pads, eh? I'm sure Steffi would love me in gym on his pads. Or come to Mick Wales gym at Empress at Mexborough. I'm well. They treat me like a king down there. Might get a cuppa next time I go there off Mick.
Unless you want to go to Steffi Bull's gym in Denby.
My advice to you, mate, is just go to any gym in area, pay your £3 to get in, have a blast on weights and get back to your hotel, sink a few beers, have a steak and go to bed.
Questionable, that's a question from Daniel Goodwin.
Daniel Goodwin, is he related to Steve Goodwin?
Is Gorman's questioning questionable? That's a question from Daniel Goodwin.
Is Nathan Gorman's, a question from Daniel Goodwin, is Nathan Gorman's fitness questionable? I don't really think so, because that's how I look at it. Some people can go to the gym, can't they? And not. Some people can go to the gym. Question to Daniel Goodwin, I'll answer your question, Daniel. Some people can go to the gym and not have a muscle on the body. For example, years ago, I was doing a 5-year prison sentence, and for 3.5 years I trained every day. Now, and for 18 months of that I worked in the prison gym. Now, I weighed 11 stone and I was benching 110 kg, 4-6 reps. Never had a muscle on my body. I didn't have no body fat though. It didn't fill out. I don't know if it was because of the prison food, because all the food's steamed in it. It goes in a trolley before it comes up to prison wings. And all you can buy out in cantina, stamps, phone credit, writing paper, pens and pot noodles. Or them packets of noodles. So, I don't know. I don't go on physiques. Don't look at Nathan Gorman as his physique thinking he can't fight. Because Larry Holmes never had a muscle on his body and Tony Bellew didn't, but they can fight, can't they? You want to come out here? Come on then. Come and sit with me. Get me a bit. Come on then, come and sit with your dad. Come on then.
But Daddy, you've been in here for ages. What do I say?
Go get your little chair.
Okay.
Do you want to sit behind here? Go get your little chair, you can sit in the corner. You're going to be quiet?
Yeah.
Come on then. My daughter wants to spend some time with me because she's got an infection in her eye. So I've come up to see her today.
I did clean it.
Did you clean it? Go on, you sit there next to me, Dad. Cheers. Right. Pass me that pink thing down there, that bit. Are you alright? What have you been up to?
I don't know.
You don't know what you've been up to? Make kiss. Make kiss. Okay. Been grandma's. Did you? Yeah, you stopped at your grandma's last night. Yeah. Have you missed me? Did you miss me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Show me your eye. Have a look. Yeah. Is it hurting you now? Is that medicine helping you? Put that down. Don't mess with me that. It's beer top. You don't want that, do you? Let me just go through these questions, yeah? Okay. And I'll see you before you have your bath and put you to bed, yeah? Alright? Okay, we'll just go through these questions. We're going to finish this and we're going to send it to Rico, yeah?
Is Gorman's questioning?
Oh, we've done that, the Nathan Gorman. No, I don't think that... don't look at Nathan Gorman's physique. People get too carried away with a physique. David A against Bellew. 2 different physiques. 2 knockouts. Although A was shot, wasn't he? But... it is what it is. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You alright? Yeah? You sure?
I'm sure.
Alright. You just want to see your dad, did you? Yeah? Is your mum doing your head in? Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit. Now you know why. Now you know how I felt.
You've been out for ages.
I have. Yeah, I've just got to do this. Hang on, let me finish this.
Questionable. That's a question from Daniel Goodwin. Here's another question. People keep saying Tyson Fury's been out for 3 years. But what people seem to remember is he was training for up until the June 2003. And then he started training last October. So really, he's only really been out of training for 15 months.
Yeah, that's the point I wanted to make. I went over to see Peter Fury, my pal, a bit back now. I went over with Dave Allen, who lives over back here. And Tyson were over there, he was sparring, but he wasn't really bouncing about on his toes, he was just in middle. But that was September 2016, because we ended up meeting Robin Reed up at the gym that day. So that's 11 months after he beat Vladimir. So if he was still training then in the gym 11 months later, and then he started training in October last year, he would only really had a camp, wasn't he, for a year. But yet Frank's saying he's been out 3 years. He hasn't really, he's been out of training a year. Now, he's been out of training 1 year, so don't say he's been out 3 years, because 3 years will be November the 28th this year. So let's not fudge the numbers and look for excuses. We all know what happened, don't we? Frank Warren stopped that fight against Sarifi. So good they named him twice.
Is Gorman's Question from Stewpot Mark 3. You said.
Question from Stewpot Mark 3. Is that a car? You drink? You like beer? Please
stop spouting off about other champions. Which champions have spouted off about?
Which champions have I spouted off about? You tell me. Stewpot Mark 3. Which champions have I spouted off about? Who do you mean? Bellew? Bellew's not a champion. Joshua? He's a champion, but he's a paper champion, isn't he? Joshua's not won a belt off a champion yet, has he? And don't tell me Charlie Martin was a champion. Please don't tell me that. Charlie Martin's the lowest ranked box rec guy to ever win a world title, ranked number 91. How can a guy ranked 91 on box rec win the world heavyweight championship of the world, baby? What? No.
Yeah.
Tell me, then I can correct it, or we can have a debate.
Yeah, Stewpot Mark 3, you have to tell me what champions that you said I've gone off about on my channel. Tell me on Twitter at BigVern44 and we can have a debate, can't we? Like the debate where the guy said to me overnight that Carl Froch has not beaten anybody who were any good. Oh, that was a good debate, that, wasn't it? A white flow with you, didn't I, mate?
Boxing known. Question from Stewpot Mark 3.
Oh, just had him.
On YouTube when he said that.
Here we are. Boxing known.
Boxing known. He's on YouTube when he said that Joseph Parker's been pay-per-view since his 6th fight in New Zealand. So that is that. I understand, Russell, you don't want to pay pay-per-view, but it is a great fight. Yeah, it's a great fight, really.
Yeah, Joshua, sorry. Dillian, what's he called? What's he called, that guy we're on about them, Ruby?
I don't know.
Parker against White. Parker against White is a good fight. It's a good Saturday night fight, but it's not pay-per-view, is it? Parker's from New Zealand, White's from Jamaica. White's best win is Brown from Australia, who's 39-year-old and is a pub doorman. Fat as a pig Michelin man. Parker's best wins, Hughie Fury and Andy Ruiz, but everybody says he got beaten them. So he's a fraud, Parker. Parker's a former world champion, but he's never beat a champion. Do you get it? Because I'm confused. Are you confused? Because I am.
England is not pay-per-view. He's from New Zealand and Dillian White were born in Jamaica. The best wins are Andy Ruiz and Hughie Fury, which I thought he lost. Dillian White went distance with Dave Allen 18 months ago.
There you go, Dillian White went distance with Dave Allen. Come on, Dave Allen. You might catch Dave Allen walking around here one day with a takeaway in his hand or coming back from a carvery at Pastures. Dave Allen never even trained for Dillian. You what? You what?
You've got to be joking. You said Pastures.
Pastures, yeah. You go to Pastures. Yeah. When have you ever been to Pastures?
Lots of times.
When was the last time you went to Pastures?
For me and Ruddy's birthday, and McKenna's birthday and Serenity's party.
Yeah, they do carvery food, don't they?
No, they don't. They've done birthday stuff.
Yeah, they did birthday food when you went, but they do a carvery on a weekend.
What?
You went yesterday for that kid's birthday, didn't you?
Yeah, for Serenity's 6.
Serenity, what did you have to eat?
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes, yeah, well that's birthday, isn't it? Cupcakes, isn't it?
Yeah, but they only baked a cake for not eating it.
Oh, right, well, listen. Yeah, but you can't eat a carvery because they're for big people, aren't they? Little people like you don't eat carveries, do they? You have cupcakes, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Are you going to let me finish now, yeah? Yeah, okay. Is that it? You're not going to butt in now?
No.
I promise.
Okay.
High five. Who's best dad in the world?
You.
Thank you. There you go, I've still got it, haven't I? Right.
Taxi Boy on my YouTube channel first. And since then he's been distanced with Robert Elenius.
Yeah, he's been distanced with Robert Elenius. Do you know? Listen, I don't want to. It's very easy for me to come on here and go against the grain, innit? People can get my phone number from somebody, abuse me, send me threatening text messages, go down to Edlington Motors at Edlington and give them grief down there. And say, oh, we're going to smash Russell's cars up because he said so and so don't beat so and so. What?
I'm going to go in.
You're going back in? Have you had enough?
I'm not, but I'm going in for a minute.
You're going in for a minute? What, to get warm? Are you cold?
No, but I just want a drink.
You just want a drink? Do you want a beer?
No.
No, what do you want? Water?
But it's on the table.
It's on the table. Well, you go get your water and I'll wait here for you then, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. So... You couldn't make it up, could you? Weekend warrior dad, aren't I? Let's have a look at Dillian Whyte's career. Right. Who has Dillian Whyte beat who is elite? For him to be...
Daddy.
Shut that door then.
Okay.
Who has Dillian Whyte beat? Are you alright?
Okay.
Did you trip up then? No? No? Are you okay? What have I told you about not wearing your slippers?
I can't find them.
You can't find them? Yeah.
I don't want to rub my feet on my shoes without them.
Okay. Who has Dillian Whyte beat? Who? Who's he beat? Come on, all you big fans who keep giving me loads of grief, who come round and fill me in, keep damaging my cars, threatening me, threatening you're going to do all sorts. This is my... Oh, Ruby, while I've got you here, you might remember that other video where somebody were texting me saying they were going to do something to my 5-year-old. Well, there you go. You alright? This is her here. What sort of person would do that, eh? What sort of person would send me DM messages like that on an account I've just created? There's some sick people out there, isn't there? Sick individuals. I've got a good idea who it is because there's about 4 or 5 of them. It's probably somebody who I were on about earlier, but it is what it is, isn't it? But getting back to who's Dillian Whyte beat? Hey, listen, Dillian Whyte can fight. Don't get me wrong, he can fight. And Parker against Dillian Whyte's a good fight. Bring the pay-per-view fighter.
I can't stay out for long because I'm getting in the bath.
You're getting it bad. Do you want to go in?
No.
You want to stay with your dad for a bit?
No, just...
Are you torn between me and your mum tonight? You're like in middle, aren't you?
No,
Yeah.
Reggie's in middle. I'm on the My Little Pony bed, what's on that side. I'm in the middle because Reggie has a wood bit instead of a bouncy bit.
Oh, right,
That's
okay.
nice and comfy. But he's got a little blanket over that wood bit.
Has he?
Then he can sleep somewhere because he can't fit in one.
Right, before I got rudely interrupted here by old eye infection Ruby, have you had your medicine?
Yeah.
Does it still hurt your eye?
No.
No, good. Who has Dillian Whyte beat? Who? Who's he beat? Not beat no one. He's not beat anybody.
Daddy, it's getting a little dark in here.
He's not beat anybody at all. Hang on. I'm gonna need... Have we got an extension?
Daddy, do you really...
You'll have to rig it up for me.
Huh?
Where are you? Are you... Where is it?
Sit.
Where at?
On the table, I
In
think.
kitchen. Hang on.
Oh, man.
Whereabouts in kitchen? Oh yeah, I can see it now, yeah. Oh, power's gone on it now.
Hi.
What are you doing? Ruby! What are you doing? You just knocked some over.
I just knocked on.
It's okay, where are you? Jane, where are you?
I just fell by accident.
Can't turn that off.
Hi. What did
What's he say? Here we are.
Daddy, I did fell over.
Ah, don't worry about it. It's only a bottle, innit?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
It's fell
We're
over.
going to do this now so we can get through the rest of these questions.
I did say hi, Rosie.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Right. So,
Do you have to have another beer?
do I have to what?
Have tons of beers.
Do I have to have tons of beers?
Yes.
Right.
That's
Ruby, what do dads do at night? Drink beer. What do girls do at night?
I don't know.
Eh?
I don't know.
You don't know what girls do? Well, come here, sorry. Come here, it's okay, come here, come
I'm
here.
trying to get it.
No, I didn't. I wasn't trying to get it. I was looking, I think I caught you. Come here, sit down, you alright? Sit a bit forward this time. Come here. Okay, it's okay. She's paranoid I'm going to touch her dodgy eye. You what? You have plugged it in now, what? Who did?
Ruby needs to get it back.
You need to get it, what now?
Yeah.
Ruby, you've got to go in back. Are you going to go in now or do you want to go in a bit?
In a bit.
I'll tell you what, I'll do you a deal. If you're going bath now, you can come down in your slippers and your pyjamas.
You do know I don't have slippers.
I don't know, I don't know you haven't got slippers.
I lost them.
You lost them. Okay. What do you want to do? Sir, Topper, what do you want me to do here? Go ask Topper what you want me to do here. Ruby, maybe you should just go get your bath. I'm gonna get going in a bit anyway. Maybe you should just go get in bath. And I'll see you after you've had your bath before I go, yeah? Go on, you'll be alright. Go in bath. I've got to finish up this, haven't I? Sorry about that. I seem to be spending most of my life waiting on power and let's have a look how many questions we've got ready. We're on here now. How long are we waiting for here? Let's have a look. Can't let's have a look. I can't really get through. This is the last time I'm going to come up here and do anything. Oh, we've managed to get questions through now. It's hard work to do it when you've got kids running about, and looks like it's spitting with rain now. Kids running about and no power on batteries and no power on cameras and blah de blah. But well, as soon as that fault, it's coming through now, so I'm going to read the rest of these questions and we'll get burnt through. What I'm probably going to do is get Rico to put this into 2 parts, so you can have a video 52 and a video 53. Or I might give you all a treat and you can have a video 52 for about an hour and a half. I mean, I'm not asking for people to be fans of mine, because it's not what I want. I just want to see good fights in boxing, and I want the fans to know that, you know what, there's people in boxing that are going to lie and manipulate things. These are people who I've met in the last 3 years. They're going to lie and they're going to manipulate the system so that it gets them financial gain, and they're all liars. They know who they are, the people that I've known for the last 3 years in boxing. Mentioning no names, they know what they're about. They say one thing on camera so you all think something, but you know what, we know what goes on behind the scenes. They're not that person, and I want people to know that. You've all got a good idea who these people are. We know who they are, don't we? They're out for themselves. They're not bothered about the fans. Taking subscriptions off is terrible enough. Then they want to take pay-per-view off you as well. They are not bothered about the fans. All they're bothered about is driving around in mega big cars, big houses, big holidays, big bank balances, while you, the fans, get ripped off. And I don't